Start this off with a jam. Haven't been streaming for 9 days? Yeah. And I've had this stuck in my head for 3 days. Such a jam, man. If I had a webcam, man, trust me, you'd see me bobbing my head, you know, moving around. But no, we can jam after this. So yeah, I'll just do my pre-stream stuff, make an event and everything. Gosh, love this song. Mashup, sorry, not a song. Crypto Digital is something, I don't know. Something like that. Alright, yeah. You can see how I've had this song stuck in my head like constantly the past few days. Completely unexpected. Clicked on it for the photo and probably surprised. Don't worry, I'll let this song play out before I explain all this code stuff that's been going on. Basically a music stream right now. I forgot how long this is. Usually my intros are like, what, 2 minutes? This is a 3.5 minute song. Gosh, beautiful. Truly. It never gets bad. It keeps going. Gosh, so good. Okay, so unfortunately the notifications that I set up didn't work, but you know, we can remedy that. And there you go. Wow, it's beautiful. And I want to play the song too because this is just a jam too. Gosh. And then we'll get into the lo-fi and everything. But yeah, I haven't streamed for a little while. Got busy? I forget. What was my reasoning? I think a burnout with this calm elevator music in the background. So, you know, did some YouTube stuff for a little bit just to, you know, refresh my mind and everything. So we got that going now. 2 new videos released within 3 days of each other, and God, a lot of editing went into them. It's not like super duper good editing, but you know, it takes a lot of time to comb through what, 1 million hours of gameplay. It was pretty good. Anyways, new news. You know, in that downtime, of course, I'm always like not just like sitting on my code, not doing anything with it. So I've been doing stuff with it. Trust me. Gosh, that flute's going hard. And then the piano. Oh, okay. So got the result progress bar working. I haven't tested it in the actual results itself yet, but it theoretically should work. My trademark saying it should work. Honestly, I should. If I were to ever get merch, it'd say that, you know? Like, screw all the weird, you know, character profile picture stuff. It'll probably work. It should be my motto at this point. But yeah, we got this working. This was in a test command, actually. So instead of just like rerunning the results every single time, which takes ages, I'll be honest, I just put it into a dev command that I added, not we. You weren't a part of this. You don't take any credit. Well, you were a part of, I think, New Hour. We added that. Actually, no, I added that in my time too, didn't I? And you guys have not been here for anything. And I'm blaming you because I didn't stream for 9 days. But I added this command, test command, and it literally just, you know, exchange it with anything. So we could just easily run some code. So I could show you that running because it's still up there. So let me open up our good old console, which should appear up here. Yeah. And let me get the lo-fi Kanto stuff going. There we go. So let me find Discord. Is this good? Yeah, that is. Okay. So /dev test, and then what's the string? Oh, the string's supposed to be like that. 76.4%. Stuff like that. Hello, bruh. I'm actually not sure why the progress bar is gone now. It did work. It did. Maybe I did something that messed with it. Selected emotes. Did I change a emo name or something? I might have changed the emote name. Actually, no. It's because the bar length is 3. Yeah, I was testing bar length variables and it got way too complex. So I gave up. I just used the one that, you know, solidly uses 5 emotes for its progress bar, which is honestly kind of hard to differentiate. Let's actually make that a little more obvious. I like to do like a double buffer for big blocks of code because you can't really tell when you're just scrolling. So this is the progress bar code, hard-coded 5. I don't know, it's really difficult to get any other number. And it should work. Let's well, we could try it, but we don't have results. So what we could do instead, we could open the database and we can manually edit the results. So what it's supposed to do is, I believe it's supposed to show the results of the previous one, which would be, I think this one. Yeah, it was have money, give your money to me. This was the result thing. It doesn't need result. You know, honestly, let's just try. Let's just see what happens if we run the new hour thing. I'll keep the database open on the screen. So /dev, we have the new hour code. 0 is the new hour. Running new hour was hour 0, and it errors with a interaction is not defined. Full handler. Oh, okay, well that's super obvious. 93. Good old 93. Go away, database. Good old 93. So to get the number option, I was just using a slash command variable. Obviously, we kind of don't need that anymore, so we just need result table I. maybe? I don't know. Do we need I? What is our result table? Sorted results 0. Sorted results 0 is result and option thing. Okay, so we need to do result table dot result, and that's it? Question mark. I believe so. I think it's result table dot result. No clue. It's not like I coded this a few days ago or anything. Okay, in my defense, school started and I'm got a lot of coursework that I gotta make sure that I'm doing now. But let's see now. Wow, look at that. I added a bunch of commas because I forgot something. And this one's also empty. It's a 0% up here and a 100% down here, but both of them say 0. Interesting, interesting. We could fix that. Was I saying something? I don't even remember. I don't know, whatever I was saying, probably didn't matter. But I'm actually close to affiliate. Now, if I didn't stream for the next 2 weeks, I would be guaranteed affiliate. But screw that, because I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna average higher than 3 viewers, so I'm technically lowering my chances of getting affiliate by streaming right now. But honestly, I don't know. I don't care at this point. Whatever happens, happens. One day. But hopefully that day comes soon. Because then we could gamble. I don't care about the subscription stuff, because, you know, Twitch holds, you know, your subscriptions behind a 50% fee and a $100 cash out wall. So I'm not interested in that, or emotes, because you only get like 1 or 2 or something. But, you know, gambling. Channel points, on the other hand. That's pretty pog. Okay, anyways, what was I looking at? I was looking at, it's like 2 emotes. I think it's 1 when you start, and then you get like another when you get like your first subscriber or something. I don't know. I don't know the exact numbers. I just know they get super crazy when you get high up. So we have the reaction, we have our option, then we have selected emotes .join. Problem with this is that .join automatically puts commas between them. So we have to override that with an empty thing. And then issue was that one of them were empty despite being 100%? What was it? Let's double check. 100%, 0. I don't know why this says 0. It says 1 person voted on poll. I think it should have been this one. So we need to double check that as well. Let's see. Math.round results / total votes. What? I don't think it's added there. It's added here. That's very strange then. Actually, no, it's not strange like at all, because using 0 in each one of these. Yeah, that's definitely no. Should be I. And then I think this is correct because it's just checking if the first result, which is the highest result, so the one that should be bolded and the winning one, is the next result. In case it isn't, or in case it is, it stays bold or something like that. I'm figuring out this code as well, don't worry. We're gonna decode my code because it's got comments and, you know, set it down for a week and it's almost like someone else wrote it. I think that was the problem. The progress bar shouldn't have been empty, but let's just see our progress because let's just fix one issue at a time. Let's just restart and /dev new hour 0. Cannot read property results, fun to find. I wonder why. It's undefined. PS code. Are we even passing in anything into here? Sorted results 0. Sorted results I. Oh, I starts at 1. Why does I start at 1? Oh, okay, so let me explain what I'm figuring out here. So we coded it so that the first option, well, it sorts the options from highest to lowest votes. The first option always gets added to the results string initially. And then for every option after that, we go and check if it's equal to that. In case it is, we want to also bold that because that's a second winning result. Otherwise, we don't. And then we just start adding them as normal text. Now the issue we're having is that it's passing in this, which doesn't exist. I mean, I should exist. Sort results 1. Well, let's console log it just to check. Sort results I. We could check that. Well, actually, no, we can't. We could check it out here, though. And I guess we could check it in here, too. Sorted results I. Let's see what sort of weird, wacky stuff is going on with dev new hour 0. Cannot read the results of undefined. Oh, it did print up here though. So, results, reaction, have money. Yeah, so they have both options, 0 and 1. It's in an array. That's the brackets. It does pass in a object. But then doesn't do the right thing. Dot results I. It even points exactly where it is. Dot results right here. Even though it has the results, is undefined. Interesting. 148. Let's look at that in the actual code. 148. Honestly, I kind of missed that jam that I played in the beginning. There's only so many times I could listen to lo-fi Pokemon. I really gotta take the time and make up a playlist for this channel. So much effort to do that. But it'd be so nice, but so much effort, but also don't stream that much. As you might be able to tell. So sorted results right here And the error was that it said cannot read property results of undefined. So it's implying this is undefined, despite the fact that it is obviously defined. Right there. Yeah. Gosh, now I'm trying to figure out that guy's name from Steamed Ham's thing. But that's what I think about. Despite the fact that it's obviously existing, it printed that it existed, it still errored. So when it went into here, it checked if they were the same. They were not. So it went down here, checked if the last one, the one before it, does equal that. Since it did, it added a new line. Basically what this is doing, I might as well comment this, right? Add new line if first in new vote count. So the logic behind this is that this will keep going, it'll keep making it bold as long as the vote numbers are the same, but once it encounters one that isn't the same, it'll check, was the last one the same? If it was, it'll add that new line, so you don't have to like do some weird code to, or basically this is just a, you could do it with a variable as well, just say if not the same, then make it equal false and don't have this done anymore, but I just want to dodge a variable, basically. So that's what this is doing. It dodges a variable instantiation, which makes it probably more complex, but honestly, I like it like this. But then it adds it, gets the option text, and then it tries to get the results, but that doesn't exist. Results of undefined. Let's look at the table again. Sorry, no. Table's a Lua thing. Array. No, object. Object. This is actually a dictionary in Lua, and then a table. I don't know. Lua's weird. They name everything different just to be different. So this is an object. This is an array, not a table, and not a dictionary. But it printed what we have. It printed the results, and it does actually have a value. So let's go back in here. Let's just throw this right before it errors and see why it might do that. Or honestly, maybe just do this. Just have an error in a different area, just to see. Because, I don't know, it should exist, but of course, code never works. I wonder why. Let's see. So, it errored in the... It didn't error in the new area. What? Okay. Okay. So this exists. This also printed the right result, but it doesn't exist here. So there's some wacky stuff going on. There might be some typo that I'm missing. Stored results, that's true. Is get option text somehow editing the result table at some point? not really. Not, yeah, it doesn't change the result table whatsoever. Oh, I'm not even on that screen. It's not changing the result table whatsoever. So this printed the object, this printed 1, which is correct, but this errors. It's the same exact thing, but in this line it errors, this line it doesn't. Why? What is it doing in here? Gosh. That really is, like, confusing. Why in the world? Okay. Let's just evaluate the situation again. So we got this. We're printing the array. That was somewhere else. Then we're printing the object. That is... Gosh, I lost where it was. Oh, I'm right on it. Okay. That's this. Printing the object. Actually, might as well show it here. And then the number 1 is just this. So why? Why? And the error is cannot read property results of undefined. Oh, we're looking in the wrong area. Wait, are we? At object get full results. No. Oh my god, why? Why? Why does it do what it does? Pokemon music. Never's gonna cease to make this stuff worse. Calming music as I die. So... cannot get results of undefined. So supposedly this just doesn't exist in there. In this specific line of code, for some reason, just doesn't exist. And it is just this line. Nothing weird going on. There's no, like, semicolons it needs. So, like... why? Oh my god. We'll figure it out. You know, you gotta love when code used to work, and then it just doesn't work now. To be fair, it is only this issue now. So, if I were to do, like, that, just freaking throw it away, crash it, what would happen? Guess and check. Would it work now? Yes, it would. Wait. Wait. What? What? Oh, okay, sorry. I was confused. I thought it was gonna be one for both of them. I'm like, what in the world? This black magic that's going on here. No. It's still taking the proper results up here. And then it's just adding the one down here. Scared for a second. I thought someone was out there or something. Yeah, I don't know why it exists here, but it doesn't exist down here. Sorted results 0. Sorted results I. And if I were to, like, copy and paste sorted results I.results, maybe if I put it in parentheses, it'd identify it? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Let's double check. Oh. mighty frustrating. Why would it exist here? Why would it print here, but wouldn't it go in here? On 151, I equals 1. It knows which object it is. It knows that the results are 1. But putting it in here, no. Big no-no. Okay. Let's resort to evasive maneuvers. Instead of directly putting it in here, let's put the variable x that has this value. If this works, I'm gonna cry, okay? Sorry, I didn't show it. So I'm setting the results, which prints, which should exist, as x, and now I'm adding x in here. Nothing else, just x. I swear to God, if this works, did it? It did. Oh my. Why? Why did it work? Why did this work? What? Why does this works, but not this in here? What sort of crazy... Oh God. I don't understand. So it worked. It worked. 0, 0, 100, 1. This is x, and it just works. Now, if I were to put the actual definition of x in here, does that work? Honestly, wait. Before we even do that, I'm gonna undo that. I want to double check. Sort results. Let's make doubly sure that before and after this part actually is the same. Because if it isn't, then that means my get option function is editing it in some way. Undefined. Okay. It seems as if my get options function is destroying the good old variable for some reason. Result table. Okay, so recap. It exists right here. It doesn't exist down here. It exists here, and it can be used in here. Doesn't exist after here. So, get option text is doing something to it. When you pass it into option text, it takes it, and it just uses it. It doesn't even set it to anything. It never sets it to anything. Never. It never does. Not once does get option text set a variable that's used outside the function. They're all just a bunch of lets. Unless somehow maybe it's overriding it, but there's no other sort of results in here. So confusing. Okay. So, while looking at this, I do realize that an issue. Right now the percentage actually isn't a percentage, it's just the number, which is why the progress bar is empty. We're gonna have to make that into a number real quick. Let percent equal result table dot results. Total votes is a thing. Okay. Divide that by total votes. Times it by 100. That'll give us a percentage. In integer value. In ones. I think. 1 divided by 1 is 100. No, it's 1, and then times 100. Okay, so that should be good. Then it'll take the percent. Or, I mean, I could just make it simpler. Well, technically not simpler, make it more complex, and do that. By jamming more code into that. So, turn result number into percent round to nearest 5. That's what this is doing. So it's basically, it just divides it by 5, rounds, and then times it by 5, which effectively just makes it go to its nearest 5. I could change this to any number, and it just round to the nearest whatever, which is it's very cool little math thing. This, on the other hand, this is what broke the number of progress emote bars thing. I had no clue how that worked, I'll be honest. Because how it works right now, so we got 5 emotes for each option. We have the 0, 25, 5, 75, and 10. It rounds to a 5 because it could then be divided by 5, which turns it into the 5 options. It's very weird. I could probably remake this to make it, you know, bar compatible, which I was trying to do. I was trying to do that here, but haven't figured it out yet. It'd be possible though. I'm just doing something weird. But we can take this. Well, progress bar should be fixed. Let's see if the progress bar is fixed. Let's see if we've created any more errors before we do anything else, okay? Give your money to me. I love that ball. Let's see if we did it. 0. Wow, look at that progress bar. So, for those unaware, I have a Discord server. Discord.gg. No, Scadio.dev/hub. I post updates there, but sadly, my frequently used got massacred by these progress bars because I wanted to make sure that they all like connect properly and they all look good. And I wanted to show it off, like right here. This singular message ruined my entire frequently used. Ruined it entirely. So I had to favorite all my Pikachu emotes so they'd show up at the top instead of these dumb, lame progress bar emotes. Oh, there's no way to get rid of them either. But anyway, I added them and they exist. And basically how it works is that there's just like 5... Actually, no, there's six or 7 variations of each end. So there's the end point, there's a middle point, and then there's a front point. The front point has 6, middle point has 7. And the reason why it has like a variable number is that something like mid 9 it actually has like a little, it'll probably like be super hard to see, but there's a little bit of black pixel right there. The reason why is that I want these progress bars to be accurate. So when you're looking at this, this is truly 5% of this line. It's not 5% of like, volume. I ain't calculating volume here for a dumb progress bar, but what it is that it's 5% of the emote. So if you were to go into here, this rounds off exactly at 25% of the emote, which is why it's 25. And then it goes up half of the emote, it rounds off right in the middle, rounds off right here. And then here, it rounds off in the center of 2 emotes, which is why you have to do a weird thing where it's like a transition emote, which is why I labeled it transition right here. So we got the normal emotes, and then once it hits the end, I think, how'd this work again? It goes through, finds the variant. If it's an endpoint, which means like if the emote is going to end like in the center of 2 emotes, it'll just change the last one to that transition, and then it'll do the transition itself. So that's how that works. It makes it look, I think it looks nice, I think it does. Other people might not, but I think it's better than what we have currently. Because you get stuff like this. This looks nice. If I get the freaking command prompt. This looks nice, right? It's accurate. Gives more information at a glance. It's better than interpreting a number, right? If you're not into numbers, you can just look at the bar and be like, wow, okay. More like half the people voted on this one. And then barely anyone voted on these. I think it's just a cool little way to visualize everything that we're doing. I'm yet to show this yet. Progress bar. We used to have the config menu be this. A button menu where you could press next page and be like, okay. That's cool. It is pretty darn cool. But you can't have that many options. Like, this is 3 options, and it's already making it so that the next page button's like all the way to the right and makes it look ugly. And I wanted to add a 4th option. I'm like, oh, there's no way. So I came up with this concept where instead of the buttons in the next page, we just have a selecting menu. So you go to the server overview, it'll show all the settings in one spot. And then you can change whatever you want, which I updated with some nice emotes too. Because apparently these need to be emotes for some reason. Can you believe that? Why do they do that? Why do they insist that these are custom emotes? You can't do a normal emote. You can't do an image. It has to be a custom emote on the server. Not on that specific server. I assume it works anywhere, but I don't know. It's so weird. Oh, imagine if it didn't work anywhere. That'd really suck. But I'm assuming it does. So we have the winning result working somewhat. We still have to solve this issue though. This isn't a real one. That's just the one that we inserted in there manually. So we need to go wherever it is. I always lose myself. Up here? Maybe? I think this is... Is this it? No, it's down here. Yeah, okay, it's right here. Gosh. So confusing to find. So we got this going right here. For some reason, sorted results dot results does not work in here, but it does work in a variable that holds it. I don't know what that entails, but sure, I guess. Sorted results. I still don't get why it would overwrite anything. It only runs get option text, and get option text is kind of implying that's removing the option from the array, even though it's not doing anything related, like whatsoever. So I don't know what to say. It is just rather unfortunate. So I mean, we could leave it like that, but that is just it's just leaving an open problem up, because I wanted to add the config option today. So we kind of have to fix that, unfortunately. So yeah, sad music. So we do have to solve it. It's a sad song. I know. Hold your crying. It's fine, it's fine. We can solve this. Even though we already tried for like 20 minutes. We could get something. Let's do a little bit more debugging. Let's see what's going on. So sorted result is fine at the time right there. And even for more clarity, maybe just like add string 1 to each one, so we know exactly which one we're looking at. So this one'd be 2, this one's be 3. So we know the steps of everything that's going on. And we'll see what it prints. It should print, you know, the entire array, but it seems that it might print null at some point. So let's see. Hour 0. Object, 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 object. And then it's just one option. Actually, no, this was our previous print. Okay, it's getting a little confusing since we have we have a few console logs inside here. But it just doesn't. I don't know. Let's take a look at this. So it exists here, both objects. It exists here. It opens here, which would be right here. It opens the proper results. It prints 1. And then we log it afterwards. That specific result no longer shows up as shown by undefined, but it still exists. So I don't know. So what we've deduced is that the existence of any option existing here is just completely gone for some reason. Let's just print sorted results real quick. Call that 3. Call this, well, we already know what these results are. Let's call that 3 and let's see what happens then. I'll run it off screen because I know it's gonna error. But prints it and it still exists. It still exists, but it doesn't want to even touch this string. It does not like this line in particular. Is it because there's a function in the line? If I were to throw away the function, just say, get the hell out of here, would it then work? If I just kick it out of my house, yes, it does. So, what is the function doing? It's like this function's like some rodent, this pest. I created it, but like, I can't control it. What is it? Why is it holding my result table hostage? That's basically what it's doing. Gosh, I don't know. It's even weirder because the first results actually work, but the second one doesn't. Which is super, super weird. Maybe, okay, hear me out. Oh no, I know what's happening. Good old I variable over here is being defined in a global namescape, scoop, and everything. So, what's happening is that it's taking this I variable, it's changing it to 5, or 4, I think. And then it just doesn't exist anymore. So this, kids, is why you do let I equal. You don't want a big ol' I in the global name space, okay? You don't want that. It is fine. Like, in this option, like, it doesn't really matter, but since it's the same name as something else, it just screws with stuff. But let's be real here. For let I equals 1 looks way more yucky than just I equals 1. So, hear me out. On the second solution, let's not use let. Let's just use a different I. Because I don't care. I do care. I don't care about using let. So, let's use good old V, which is used in an insane amount of areas. I really hope I hit every single one. The problem with this is that I have to change every I to a V. But there's I's in words, so I can't tell which one's a variable, which one's not. So I gotta go through each one individually, double check it is a variable. Otherwise I'd just use, find and replace. Oh god, validate max options length, no. B, okay. So, is there any more I's? There's an I. Alright. Any more I's? Make yourself known. I think that's it. So, now when we do it, we save that. It should work flawlessly. This time I actually do think it'll just work. We can get rid of that. We can re-add our get option text with our sorted results. Get rid of all our console logs. Get rid of that. Save. And rerun. And as you will see, it works flawlessly. Wow, it actually did. Okay. So we have a working thing. Now, here's the kicker. We go into the database, and we can mess with the results and make sure that they're all correct. So, I don't rig the results. I swear. No. So, is water wet? Wait, where was it? Have money, give your money to me. Oh yeah, this is first one. It's really hard to read in this format. There's a better way to format it, but it's kind of hard when the server queues as well. I could refactor that at some point though. But for now, have results here. It's actually reading the results of the current poll, which is this. Because then it's supposed to switch to the next poll. And that's 0-1. So if we were to change this to like a 74-33. Actually not, maybe like less close to 100. 11. Let's just do 11. 74 and 11. And then we reran this code. It'll read the stuff that we just made. If I actually write the changes. It will read that and it will update accordingly. So it is definitely sorting incorrectly. It's saying the winning result is have money, which has 11 compared to the 74. That's just a simple, subtraction error, but it works somewhat. You have the option 12.9%, which rounds to 15%. There's 5 of these emotes, so each little quarter is 5%. If I add more, it'd be 2.5 or whatever, but I think 5 is a good ground for like size and just like accuracy. Because actually the initial thing that I made with this only had halves, which really sucked. Like you could barely have any options. Like this is 5%. No, this is 10%. So if anything was at 5%, it'd look like that. It's like, geez, because it'd just round to 10. So instead, we're not going to do that. We have accuracy, which is very nice. Let's fix that small issue that we have. So the order is incorrect. That is simply because this is just a wrong symbol. It'd be less than. And then that's okay, bruh. I hope you have a good night. Appreciate you trying to AFK the stream though. I don't need that affiliate that bad. I just like coding and maybe people watching and maybe interacting. I don't know. Whoever finds coding, interesting. Let's rerun that. Let's reopen the command prompt. And it should be in the correct order now. It is not. Why did I not save it? Sorted results. did I do this correctly? That's supposed to be a minus? I think it was supposed to be a minus. I changed the less than to a minus because I'm pretty sure in the example that it showed, it should have been a minus, so it's actually not. This is the order that the poll is in. So I think that's what's happening. It's not even sorting at all. Not sorting in an incorrect way, it's just not sorting. So, I need to rerun the code before I even try that. And then it should do something. I think I have to again change the orientation. Instead of A results minus B results, B results minus A result. Maybe. Who knows at this point? Also, let's get rid of that console log that snuck its way in here. Right there. Get that out there. And let's rerun the bot. And boom, bang, pow. We have the correct order. Awesome. So we got that going for us. We fixed our results. Now let's take a look at our config right now. So I have two files at the moment. One is the button one, but we're trying to switch over from that to a select menu. I haven't tested actually clicking the pages. I'm pretty sure it's going to error, but it might not. Okay, yeah, it did error. I think because it's got the weird value to it. Yeah, the values are weird. We have to basically recode the entire config button stuff. But it'll make things a lot easier, because we don't have to deal with pages. We don't have to deal with, well, pages. We don't have to deal with, like, next pages. We don't have, like, a series of them. They're all just right here. Which is a lot more different than, you know, a number and a next button. But we also have to program an overview button and the actual overview. So let's just get that going, I guess. Have it in config right now. We have a, yeah, the problem is I copied the time select code. It's not a time select, it's a page select. So let's rename it to page select. And then we have some pages. To make things simpler, we could change... Yeah, actually, you know what? We don't need to. I'm just going to keep it like the top option being 0, which is the server overview. And then we'll just set it to the value. Because when you click one of these, it'll send the value that you have, that you clicked. So if it's just the page number, it'll make a lot more sense. So if we change that to increment, now what should happen is that it just doesn't work at all. But we're going to code that. Let's code our response page select menu. Just copy that. It's super simple because we have the values already up there. So as long as the pages match, they should work. So let's do if it equals page select, which is the name of the select menu. Just set page to response dot value. Response dot values 0. Because what a select menu does, it has a setting that you can select multiple options. It's disabled by default. You have to like explicitly say, yes, you can select multiple options. So it sends an array back of the values that it got selected. So we just have to take the first value from that array because that's the only value. And it literally just has to be page equals and then the value, which is going to be a string, to integer. I think, right? Converts value to an integer? I think it should be. And as a response to that, we don't actually need next page or previous page because those buttons don't exist anymore. New command page, we don't need this either. So all we really need are like the select menus for the individual options. And kind of like good to go. Kind of. Cancel a back button. Don't really need a back button. But we are going to encounter an issue. That issue being, if we go, if I could find the Discord button, sorry. I have, down here, hidden from view is the desktop stuff. So I have to find it every time. It's not as easy as clicking on OBS. But the issue is that these options themselves also have select menus, so there's going to be 2 select menus. And what we have to hope is that interaction properly timed out, that's good. What we have to hope is that it either isn't confusing or that it's simple enough to navigate. I don't know. It's definitely complex. 'Cause there's a third... It's a third issue. So, what we could do, when you go into a page, you could get the select menu for that page, and then, you know how there was an overview button? So instead of this being this page select, it turns into the poll time select. And then when you press overview, it takes you back to this. Could do that. It does add an extra button click if you're just trying to like look through each one of these options. But I think it's the best bet. I think. So let's humor that idea and let's see what we could do with that. So, what we're going to be doing is that we have a button row. We have button row 1, button row 2. Button row 2 will not change at all during this. So, well, it will. It will change if there's a actual like change that happened. But otherwise, nothing should happen. Like, for example, right here, this is a select menu, but this should be changing button row 1. All the select menus should be on button row 2, or sorry, 1. And then the other options should be... I mean, there actually shouldn't be any other options. There should only be one option. Your only option is to go back, because there's always going to be button row 2. So honestly, I think... Well, first off, we don't even need a main page 2, because that won't even exist. So I'll comment that out for now, because I feel like I'm going to need this code in particular when we add it to like the actual overview that we code. But if we're on the main page, what I want to happen is that I want there to be overview. I want overview to be default on, and then if it's that page, we turn to the button row 2 dot components 0, which is the overview. Just set that disabled. Because if you're on the overview page, you can't click the overview button. We could get rid of the button, but that just makes things move around, and that's kind of just yucky. So we're just going to disable it. And then there should hypothetically be a button to disable the save. Selected option. Selected option won't actually matter anymore, I don't think. So, don't think we even need this code. Page -1, yeah. Don't need that. That was remnant of the 1, 2, 3 buttons. If message, this just sends, this updates the thing. Wait for button response, that's all good. So what happened to... I could have sworn there was code for making sure the save button was like disabled until there was actually a change. Option changed. If option changed, set to true. Weird. It seems as though somehow it got lost to time. So let's just add some code to make sure that works. It can actually be up here as well. So disable save if no changes have been made. And it literally will just do if option changed, then button row 2 dot components 1, which is the save changes one, dot set disabled. I guess it should be if not options changed. If option has not changed, then it'll be disabled. Or we could do it the other way around and have this disabled by default, but like, I just like how this is all not disabled. We don't have like a dot set disabled thing here. So we don't have to worry about it. It's all good and dandy. So, save that. And main page. We just have to make sure the pages align now. So, what's our alignment? Full send. Result style, we actually don't have that page yet. Role ping and then config permissions. Role ping, then be, I think that's 3. Yeah. Role ping's 3, and then the server permission would be 4. The pull result style page would be right in the center. Just keep it in order. Page 2 would equal whatever. I just want to make sure this works. And the existing pages work. That's the most important part. I want to make sure the existing pages work, and then we code the new stuff. So let's see if it works, I guess. I mean, I don't think there's all too much to do. Just /config, overview, select the page, Full send time. An error has occurred. Response.values 0.2 integer is not a function. That is mighty unfortunate. Object. Yeah, so trying to convert it to a number did not work out. I wonder why. It should be a string, I believe. It should be returning a string. So that didn't work. Can I use 2 integer anywhere else? 2 integer. Dot 2 integer. Maybe I'm mixing it up with something else, huh? Number, no. String dot 2 integer. Did I not use it down here before? Man, I have no clue. I probably deleted it, whatever it was. It wasn't 2 integer. It had to have been something. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Very simple. Let's Google search. See, I could open it up. Might as well. Bright light warning. There you go. Parse int. It's not 2 integer, it's parse int. And why is 2 integer a thing? Why did it show up? Why, when I typed 2 integer, it said converts the value to an integer? It's like, man, go away. Parse int. Okay. Now it should work. Don't need dev. Just need that. Full send time. An error occurred. Parse int is not a function. Okay. Response.value 0. Alright. We're gonna have to do good old console logging. Console.log. Parse int. Actually, not even parse int, just console.log. Values. Node. Here you go. /config. That again should error 1. You're telling me that a string does not have parse int. Okay. Thought that was a thing that strings had to have, but I guess maybe it's a... What is it called? Gosh, I don't even know what it's called. It's like, I don't know why I'm thinking like prehistoric, but there's a certain name for like int and not string, but int and other stuff. Bool in Java. This just I don't know, string. New string. Or just string, maybe. Maybe just string, I don't know. Let's see. I'll open the command prompt in here and do it off camera. Just so it's a little easier. String parse int is not a function. Type error. What is a type error? Why is this so difficult? Alright. New string. I don't think that's gonna work either, but might as well just check. An error occurred. Intermediate value dot parseInt is not a function. I tried. So I guess we're not doing that. Let's just not do that. It's strange though. It is a string. It's a string. It's right there. It's in there. But I can't use parseInt on it? Can't use parseInt on string. JavaScript. Let's see. Opera. I like how now it changed the dark mode automatically. parseInt. Oh, there's that bright light again. The parseInt function parses a string argument and returns an integer. Sound like the Pokédex. I don't know why my voice just defaulted to that. Although discouraged by ECMA script 3. Yeah. parseInt is like its own thing? Really? parseInt's its own thing. Standard built-in object. Alright, whatever you say, parseInt. I'll do it. So it's not .parseInt, but it is parseInt that. I might be getting super confused with Java and JavaScript. I think that might actually just work. So let's actually switch over. /config. Full send time. Wow, it works. I totally confused it with Java. I'm pretty sure Java you have to do .parseInt or something similar to that. But we have our options. Can we click overview? Yeah, we can. We have our options. We can click overview to get to the main page again. But this is not different. It didn't update the menu. Because this should be a selection with a bunch of different time values. This is still the select a page menu. So let's see what we could do about that. So that is on the full send time page, where it doesn't even have a thing. Since when did I remove the select menu from this? Okay, that's why that's why I have a backup. You see, I put config buttons. This is the previous file. Works perfectly. This is all tested. I saved this just in case. For some reason I delete this. Kinda need that. Let's just steal it. So button row 1 equals the new message row, the hours, and then adds the 24 options. It's i.toString here. One parseInt, but then toString. Okay. Whatever. I'm not mad. Then we have button row 2. Yeah. Okay, I think it should be good now. It should be good. Did I restart the bot? I feel like I didn't. Okay, honestly, no clue. Oh, whoa. What in the world? Unknown interaction. Whoa. Weird. 170. And 170 actually just doesn't point to anything useful. It just points to this. Actually, no, it points 27? 27? Nope. That's not even useful either. Why is it saying 170 27 then? Nothing's at 170. Oh well. Sure, it doesn't matter. We close config buttons and we can get rid of the logging. Where's that? Where are my logging stuff? There it is. Okay. Let's get rid of that because I don't like a gross command prompt. But we could go back and then it errors. Okay. Button row component to add options is not a function. Config 129. 129. Button row 2. Oh, because it's button row 1. Do I do that down here too? Roll ping page. Yeah, I do. Button row 1. Okay. Set options. Okay. The rest should be good. Now, everything should be good. Now it all should work. There it is. We got all that. All that's good. And then we have well, the hours. We could click overview. We could go back, select another page. Oh yeah, that page that page doesn't exist, so it errored because it doesn't exist. Believe it or not. When we don't code something, it errors. This is accurate though. Just like as an aside, yeah, this is actually pretty, I think it's accurate, right? That's 3.5 hours ago. 5 o'clock. It might be an hour off, actually. Oh no, this might be an hour off. I have no clue. But that's completely different. Yeah, let's make this page now. Poll results style. Because in order for us to actually like use the poll result stuff, we actually need to code the config first, because we can't really, I mean, we could, but like it's not really easy to test when we have to change a database saying value, and I know I'm gonna add it anyway, so might as well do it now. Let's start coding that. Let's get our page embed kind of template. Server configuration. This one would be poll result style. And then to format it, it would be, well, we format it down here. And it's page 2, so it should probably just be right here. Formatted poll style. Let poll style equal something. We have server data already. We do need to change the database though, because we don't actually have any code saying it exists. So database is somewhere down here to the left. There it is. Database. We just have to add another row in this long line of rows. So server ID, channel ID, message ID, those are all kind of its own block. I might as well comment these, huh? Poll. Poll data. So these are the 3 poll data things. And then this is functionality config. So you can change the offset, what it pings, permission. And then also the poll style, which would be type data types dot string. I don't know, what would it be? So we have server-wide, Discord-wide, and then we have server-wide, like, server-wide focused, and then we have Discord-wide focused. So how it's going to work is that you can change what the bolded, like, bar and text is going to say. And then if you want, on the side, you can also have the optional text. So you can just have your server results, if you really want. Or you just have the Discord-wide result, which is right now. Or you can have both, but you can have it focus on one. So Discord-wide would be just like how it is now, but with your server results on the side too, as like a percentage. So theoretically, there'd only be 4 options. So theoretically, we could just do TinyInt, I believe. How big is that TinyInt? I think that's like up to 16. I think TinyInt is up to 16. Add a comma there. Let's also comment this real quick. This is the supporter config. Well, supporter data, which would be these two. And then this would be supporter config. There we go. Gosh, I like this song a lot. I like the piano songs in Pokemon games. Save that. TinyInt. I want to double check that I know what TinyInt is. TinyInt. Document. TinyInt is 0 to 255. Which is a crazy amount of numbers. For one, this is 1 byte. Which is 8 bits. That's a lot of information in 1 byte. Big int, oh my god, 8 bytes can get you all the way up to 1,000 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, nonillion? What's after quadrillion? Okay, now I'm curious. What's after a quadrillion? It's just you have a blog though? Yuck. Okay, maybe. Oh well. This works. I mean, Michael improved by 370 points. That's pretty pog. No. Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion. Sorry. Nonillions all the way down here. Jeez. Trigontillion. Skewer's number. Googleplex. And then just Skew's number. Wow. What'd Skew ever do? Why is he 10 to the 10 to the 10 to the 34? Okay, you know what? I don't care. This is completely unrelated. I like going on unrelated tangents though. So we can also further define what these values are going to be, actually. So poll style, for example, will always be. We can even like define it in here. We could say 0 is whatever. Or we could just have it a string. String's more data. But then again, whoa, it's going crazy. But then again, we have something like permission, where permission could technically just be a number, a 0, 1, 2, 3. But I just have it as a string just to make it look readable in the database. So honestly, I think I'm gonna keep it as a string, and then I could change it down the line. it will only ever really matter if the bot were to get into maybe like 100,000 servers. Then it'd probably matter. But at the moment, absolutely doesn't. Bots in only 500-ish, which isn't a lot in Discord's kind of relative to like Discord standards. So we could just have a thing here. We could call it Discord F, so Discord focused, and then we have it server F, and then just server. Just so it's very readable, right? Discord focused. Very, very nice. And then we could just say, we list all the values for these two. So poll offset, that will always be between 0, 0, and then 1 to 23. So what I can format this as is default value, other values. Default value, Discord, and then the other values. Or I could just, you know, make it 0 to 23 and put like this, parentheses 0, parentheses Discord. Well, yeah, that's kind of lame. Let's just do it how I liked. Just so it's kind of implied. It's a bit nicer. So role ID. This is actually null. And then it could just be ID. That's a lot. That's with a lot of these too. These are all just IDs, so they have variable stuff. They're not just like a set sort of options. They're always going to be different for whoever uses it. Permission, we have manage server. We have administrator. And then we also have manage messages. And it's actually not manage server, it's manage guild, because Discord's a little baby and doesn't want to change guild to server. Because when they made Discord, they called everything a guild, and they never changed it since. On the bot side of things, so. Yeah. So that's those values. IDs I don't really have to list. But server poll time, this could be any array with the values 0 to 23 on them. Yeah. So 0 through 23, ... So it could be a list of any of these. Starts out empty though. Save that. Well, actually, does it start empty? Actually, I don't know. Does server poll time start empty? The way to know is that poll sets it up. So, check if the server has queue. If you link it, then is server poll time ever added? Can I find where the database is? There it is. No, it's not. Well, actually, maybe. Server poll time. It is default 0. Okay. Interesting. That's cool. So, we're always going to have a default value of 0. And it makes sense that you can't remove that value. And I think with the select menu, you can actually specify the minimum amount of selections, which is super good because then you can't just have a person being confused when they select nothing. So that's all good and dandy. We have poll style. We actually didn't really change anything yet. In order to do that, we need to alter the database. And then for config, it'll be server data dot whole style. And actually it'll be weird. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to do something like this, because it's formatted in a weird way. Right now it's just called Discord_F, and it's like, they're not gonna know what that means. So we actually have to do a weird thing called... I forget what it's called, but it's called something. It's how you make a bunch of if statements in one little line, basically. So, administrator. So if pull style equals Discord, then we want it to be Discord wide. Otherwise, if it equals Discord_F, or was it -F? Discord-F, okay. Discord-F. Then we'll change that over to Discord wide focused, I guess. I can always change this later. And then just copy paste this 2 more times. 1, 2, 4. Last option should just be server wide. And then if it's server-F, it'll be server wide focused. Just like that. Save that. Pull style. We could put that into our embed. Pull style. Don't need any of this stuff. And then this is a definition. Yes, that's just a definition. Okay, so the type of results that will be posted once votes are tallied. And then focused entails that the results will have an italicized number of the other results of the non-focused option. Or maybe just to be a little more clear, focused will, or maybe just the focused results will have the bar and percentage as the selected option, with the non-focused results italicized next to it. I could probably include like a hyperlink that shows this, because this is a very confusing sentence, but that works. And then we just have to make a select menu for it. We could copy this one, because this one's a set select menu, which is different than these ones, which are like dynamically adding the options to it. So button row will be add components, blah, 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 blah. Of perm select will be style. Style select. Set placeholder to be just pull style. And then set options to be Discord wide. Discord wide focused. Server wide focused, and then add one last option for server wide. And then I could just pass in what the actual thing is, which I actually do down here. This is the value that actually gets saved into the database, which just saves some time retranslating everything again. So Discord -f, server-f, and then server. And then I think once we get the database going, that should be it, except that there's no default value for pull style yet. So in setup, we actually need to set a default value. To do that, we need to find the database somewhere. Where are those instances of database? Set up new server data. Like pull offset does have a default value. Everything else is null by default. Including the permissions? Hold up. I think how the permissions work right now is that in case the permission doesn't exist, it'll be managed server because that's the last option. So if it equals this, it'll do this. If it equals this, it'll do this. If it just straight up doesn't exist, it'll do that. So I think, what we could do, we could just invert this. We could just throw Discord at the end. Keep it null, and then only save a value when we need to. Which I do actually think is better. Do we even actually save the value if it's managed server? We do. So if they save their changes, yeah, it's something that's kind of inconsistent. If we save their changes, it could exist that they selected managed server, which is the default value. So they'd actually have a value in the database, but that value is the default value, so it's just useless information, basically. So what's happening here is that it's just writing useless information if it is that default value. So, to change that, could do if server data.permission equals, well, not server data.permission, but if response.values 0 equals manage server, then return or set it to null. Otherwise, use the value that it sent. So if they were to change it to administrator, it'd go through here and set it to administrator. they changed it back to manage server, it'll go through here, and you'll see it's managed server, and then set to null. I think this should work. Hopefully that works. I really hope it does. So we could just do the same thing with our other select menu too. This is also out of order. I kind of want it to be in order so it's a little less confusing. Hold times on the top. Permission select menus like all the way at the bottom. Like that. Boom, boom. Boom. Response. Overview. Because right now the back button, I think, is overview. I believe. Back. Yeah. I want to switch that to overview. So let's change anything that says back to overview, which actually was that only option. Just so it's a little less confusing, because it's not always back. It's kind of still there, even if we aren't going back. Everything else seems good. Time select, we just need response equals pull style select menu. And then we could do all that. I'm gonna take a drink of water real quick. I haven't been drinking a sip of water for the last 2 hours. Let me 1 second. Okay. A little better. Doesn't remedy the fact that I'm talking for 2 hours straight, but whatever. So our pull style select menu, if custom ID equals, what do we name it? Oh, we could name it style select. I remember. And then in case, if it's different, then we will set the new value. These are weird because they're actually supposed to check if they can ping stuff and if they should send the poll and everything. I haven't coded in yet, but for the permission select menu, doesn't need to do that. So we're just going to basically use this. So honestly, we could also change this instead of setting it to page 0 every single time. If response equals overview, or if response.customID contains select and isn't page select. I could do that. DS. Okay, I could do that, but I don't really. Yeah, I might do that later. I like optimizing code, even if it's at the detriment of stuff, but it is kind of major repetitive with page 0. But for our style select, we could have pull style equal response value 0, because we already have it. Option changed, true. This is also pretty repeated. I wonder if we could like do anything about that. There is definitely a way I could optimize this. I'm gonna look into it eventually. But full style equals the value. And I think that's literally it. Except if it's the default value, we don't want anything. So if it equals Discord, then return null. Otherwise, return your actual value. Save that. And let me Let me check something. This is that, that's that. This has like weird tilde. I forget what those are called. Whatever that top left button is. I have no clue. It's not like I'm a computer scientist or anything. I know the tilde though. I don't know the thing above it. It's not an asterisk, I know that much. Oh yeah, I was looking for if the things added, you know, that thing that makes the singular kind of mono-spaced text that you see sometimes. I can actually show you it. This text, when you put it within those things, high, it changes it to that. So it looks like these automatically do that. But like, is that necessary? Because then you have to slice it off. That's the thing I don't like. You have to slice it off, which sucks. Honestly, I think it should just add it by itself. Because it's really unnecessary stuff. Let's just get rid of these. Get rid of those. So then we could just add it ourselves in here as well. Because I don't want to have to add pull style and then have the placeholder, which can't format those, by the way. I have to remove the stuff. I have to slice it. It's like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do all that. I think that was the only one that used it though. Like in Discord. This one would just be a ping. And it doesn't really make sense to have this mono spaced because it isn't a value. This kind of entails that it is a value that matters. This isn't a value that matters, it's just none. And this is a timestamp, which is super nice. See that? It's a time zone specific time when the thing's gonna send. I think it's cool. I noticed that it's doing that 60 thing still. It should never be 60, it should be 20-0. That's unfortunate. Oh, I'll have to fix that too. But I think we got everything sorted out. We just need to run the bot, which will take some time because we have to alter the database, which takes like 10 seconds to do. And then after we alter it, I will reset it. I'll just sync it again. Like that. Save that. So we don't have to alter it every time. And then go to Discord to see if anything that we just did worked. Okay, select page, full send time. Cool. That's all good. Overview. Cool. Pull result style. It says server wide by default. I think I forgot to change the default value. But can we change it? Let's see. Pull result style. Discord wide focus. Yes. And then we have a save changes button that is now available. Go back to overview. We can instead cancel it. Changes were not saved. Cool, and we just have to change that default value display. It didn't change the actual default value, it just changes what shows on screen, so let's take a look at that. We just need to reorient. So if pull style, change it to Discord. Pull style equals server, then change it to server wide. And then just for continuity's sake, I want to add that there. And then remove it here. Just so it's in order. So it's from bottom up. Instead of the other way around or some random order. Just so it's easier to read and understand. So I know Discord's the default value. If it's null. Yeah, I think that's pretty good progress, damn. We got a good chunk of stuff working. The unfortunate thing is that because of the stream, I will probably not be getting affiliate status on the 16th again. I have to keep an average 3 viewers, which is unfortunate, but you know, at least I'm productive. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the stream. You have a good rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, or morning. I hope you check out that song that I played in the beginning. That's from Crypto Digital. That's Ed and Name. Something in Nami. It's his last video, so just look that up. Pretty damn good. It's been stuck in my head for days. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I appreciate you for stopping by.